In the past 2 months, there have been over 12 incidents of strong-armed robberies, violence, in the 3-block radius around where we sit today. Many of these have happened in the middle of the day. Many of these have involved a gun. Many of these have involved a knife. Disproportionate number of them have involved young people. On Thursday night, we have an opportunity to respond. I'm here to invite you to join with me, the diversity team, outreach mission and service, and several congregations in our neighborhood, and the Berkeley Organizing Congregations for Action, Boca, an organization which many of you are deeply familiar with, FCCB being a founding member of that organization. I invite you to come and join with us as we respond to violence that's happening in our neighborhood, violence that's happening in our county, violence that's happening in our country, particularly related to gun violence. None of these incidents in our neighborhood involved a gun being fired, but as Anton Burrell, who's one of the organizers with Boca, speaks so eloquently about, anytime a gun is involved, there's an opportunity that someone will be shot with that gun. The person holding the gun, the person who the gun is pointed at. It's all part of the cycle of violence that we as people of faith are called to respond to. We know this is not the world that God wants our children to live in. These incidents have affected students, they've affected business owners, they've affected residents, and they've affected folks who are homeless who live in our community. It's an excellent opportunity to come together with people of faith who we may disagree with on some theological issues, but we agree about the world we want to see our kids grow up in. The way that it'll happen on Thursday night is we gather at 6:30 in Loper Chapel for some prayer, some instruction, some history about these walks that actually are happening nationwide. They're part of a national campaign called Lifelines to Healing, which is about reducing violence and particularly about responding to folks who feel like violence is their only course of action in a community that has turned their backs on them. So as part of this wider movement, we gather at 6:30 and then we go for a walk, and we're going to 3 sites. The first one is the Dwight Way Women's Homeless Shelter. It's a couple blocks from here that's run and supported by Berkeley Food and Housing Project. Many of the women there have experienced violence in their homes and where they live, that has led them to be in the situation of being homeless. We'll stop there. We'll go to the corner of Telegraph and Bancroft, which is just a block from here, where there's been more than 2 incidents in the middle of the day. And then we'll go to a residence hall. We'll go inside a quad, where we will stand in solidarity with students who we love and support and always want to find ways to communicate to students in our neighborhood how much we love them. This is a really tangible way to show the folks in our neighborhood that we care about them, that we're here for them, that our faith compels us to act in this way. So I really hope you'll come. 6:30 to 8, it's a great time to join together as community. And I invite you to be in solidarity with us. Now I invite the ushers forward to receive our morning's offering.